Welcome back to Stellaris Overexplained. If I go over here into the situation log, the Udavongo Trading Coalition has actually surpassed me in the victory screen. So if I want to win the game, I'm going to have to take them down. So I'll move all my fleets into position, and then I'll go ahead and declare a liberation war on them. And I'm going to intentionally only do a status quo. In that way, what I'm going to do is capture a specific amount of planets in order to get to a status quo and cut them in half and weaken their economy. That way, it's two separate empires instead of one really big one. And then hopefully by the time that is done, the endgame crisis will be happening and I can finish off this series. Science Nexus is complete. Declare war, impose ideology.
We have exhausted all diplomatic options.
Perfect. So I am going to start my assault. Gonna try and take that starbase as quickly as possible with these ships. And then over here, let's queue up some orders. U3, quickly take this starbase. U3, quickly move over here. Let's do this. All right, these ships have achieved their objectives. I'm going to leave one to orbitally bombard the planet. And then these two can take this starbase here.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, this army can move, enter orbit. Oh, they have assembled a moderate army here. Actually, let's take it out.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire. Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
All right, now secure the starbase. This system right here, the Altair system, I can't make it there without going through a wormhole. It's completely disconnected. Oh wait, can military ships explore natural wormholes?
Spaceport.
Oh, I never knew that. Oh, okay, you didn't need a science ship to do that. I thought it was exclusive to science ships. When did that change? Or was that always the case? Am I just an idiot? Has that been a thing? I did not realize that. Okay. Kind of hard to show what I'm doing because I'm just trying to go through it as quickly as possible. So I'm basically capturing systems, orbitally bombarding as much as I can, dealing as much damage as possible. They would already accept a status quo at this point, so really I'm just taking whatever I want in order to split off into a new thing. So any high value systems would be good. I have such big fleets that there's not like much minute strategy that I'm employing. It's just kind of attack whatever I want to attack. There's no real risk to this. They're all out of position. All of their fleets are over here in the where Ganvius Prime used to be. They are sending a fleet into my system. I have a fleet as well. Goodbye. And that's why you shouldn't attack a starbase until you know that you're clear to actually take it out. I have occupied 6 planets out of, how many do you have? They have 36, so I want to take at least like 16 planets or so. That way I'm splitting their economic weight in half, essentially. Alright, here's the big battle. Let's see. Looks like I'm winning. Pretty close call, I think. Oh, they lost a lot more ships than I did, though. Okay, yeah, they now have lost 104 ships. Pretty big. These, can I take that? Nah. I'm gonna send these ships back to repair up. Oh no, that's unfortunate. So the Krull Star League You know how they kept proposing endless wars against Ganvius Prime that I kept turning down? That, I wasn't paying attention to it. I was just like, nah, I don't want to do that. But that's giving them a minus 383, tanking their opinion of me. They're now super suspicious, and they're breaking all the pacts with me. Oh, and quite a bit of their territory is occupied by Udavongo. So I'm going to capture this one system and then end the war. This federation might break apart, which would kind of suck, but I'll manage. Okay, is this system taken yet? Let's send my armies over here as well. Once this army is taken, I'll do a peace deal. We've lost 35 ships, 26 armies. They've lost 104 ships and 2 armies.
War report.
All right.
Planet secured.
Let's do this. Let's do settle status quo. Send offer. We will agree to end this conflict as the borders currently stand. Wow, the Udavongo is friendly with me even immediately after I declared war on them? Well, I'll get agreements again. Sure, that's fine. I just wanted to knock you down a notch. And then the United Han, Commercial Pact, Research Agreement, Embassy, and then Invite to Federation, which would be pretty great. Oh, no, yeah, they got it. They're in. So that expands our Federation substantially. So then, if I go to Situation Log Victory, I am now in the top spot. I'm above both of the Fallen Empires, and I've knocked Udavongo Trading Coalition down a peg. So yeah, now all I've got to do is wait for the endgame crisis. Oh, I figured that would happen. The Kroll Star League has left the Federation. That's acceptable. We went to war with the Kroll Star League to change their government. And over time, they've been changing their ethics, and they're just straight back to fanatic spiritualist again. There was nothing, apart from causing turmoil within their empire, breaking away all of their vassals. We really didn't accomplish anything with the Kroll Star League. Anyhow, fortunately, since I got the United On Cooperative, the Federation, I keep the levels and all of the benefits that I have. So I'll assign more envoys to this. Fortunately, the Federation's not completely destroyed by that. Oh, and the other nice thing is that because the Federation wasn't disbanded, all of the federal fleets are mine. So basically, I haven't built a single federal ship. So the Kroll Star League, I made them into a federation. They spent a bunch of their alloys building a massive federal fleet that I am now in control of. That's great. Absolutely fantastic. Going to propose to create the Galactic Defense Force. Sleepers awake. It began as a subtle shift in Calicortan behavior. Scattered reports of their ships, once rarely seen outside of their own space, now being spotted in remote systems all across the galaxy. Highly advanced scouting vessels, visiting ancient, ruined worlds, refusing all hails and fleeing when attacked. Their purpose and mission unknown, until now. We now know that Calcortica were preparing, recovering the databanks of survey beacons and automated scouting posts left behind when they retreated to their present borders. Gathering information for their return to the galactic stage. In Calcorta space, fleets are gathering, armies are being mustered, and ancient factories roar to life. For the first time in an age, the Calcorta fanatics are looking outward beyond their borders and towards the galaxy at large. As their decaying shipyards are repaired and refitted, the dormant systems of Titan foundries come online. The rest of the galaxy is left with only one question. Who will this once sleeping giant target first in their quest to reclaim age-old glory lost? And that means they are now capable of building ships and declaring war and expanding their territory and all that kind of stuff. Create the Galactic Defense Force. This kind of works like the Federation fleet, but for the galactic community. The Senate has ratified the creation of a standing multinational military force intended for the defense of the galactic community. This Galactic Defense Force will recruit its personnel from all community members, who are also required to contribute resources towards the construction of its fleets. With the GDF being placed under direct command of the United Nations of Earth, the current galactic custodians, some fear that this potentially massive armada could be used as a tool of oppression. Others, however, applaud its creation, referring to it as the Galactic's first line of defense. We have 400 naval capacity for the Galactic Defense Force. The Galactic Defense Force ships have a major discount, so they're cheaper to make than regular ships because basically everyone else in the galaxy is footing the bill. So pretty good. Let's make 2 GDF Titans and then a bunch of battleships. Bellicomosa Blessed Council subjugated Ganvius Prime. Intriguing. Fortunately, since I have Galactic Contender, I have 33% damage to Awakened Empires. So that does help me quite a bit. The reason to build Federation fleets or the Galactic Defense Force fleet over your own fleets is you can pool the technologies you have. So if you go into the Federation Ship Designer, any technologies either the people have, you can use. So even if you don't have a technology, you can use someone else's technology. So the Galactic Defense Force pretty much can be built with any technology in the game that's been unlocked by anyone. And then of course the other thing is that they don't take away from your naval capacity, and they also don't have an upkeep, which is pretty useful. And obviously, at least for the Galactic Defense Force, they're cheaper to build. Federation fleets are still the normal cost though. All right, let's finish off the Sentry array, and then this way I can have full intel on everyone. Subjugation request. The Kroll Star League would like to become my subject. Sure, yeah, let's do that. They are back into the Federation. Hooray. All of my fleets are all stacked in the Kandar system, so if the Fallen Empire ever decides to declare war, I'm just ready to go. The Sentry array is complete. I get plus 40 base intel on every empire in the galaxy, which means I should be able to see the designs of the Fallen Empire ships, potentially. Yeah. Alright, they use large psionic shields, psionic jump drives, dark matter thrusters, pretty decent stuff. They have a lot of shields, but less armor and hull points. So I could optimize my ships to be shield shredders. Massive subspace disturbances have erupted in systems across the galaxy. Early reports indicate that nearly 50% of the systems in the galaxy have been affected by this unprecedented phenomenon, which appears to be the byproduct of thousands of years of heavy hyperspace travel by civilizations both past and present. Scientists are confident that this galactic space storm will dissipate by itself within a period of 5 to 10 years. Until that happens, the storm will play havoc with sublight engines, shield generators, and sensor systems in those star systems affected by it. The galactic community has officially named this storm Petals and issued a general travel advisory. This too shall pass. Sublight speed reduction and shield nullification, which means now is the perfect time to declare war on the Calcortica fanatics, because their ships rely on shields. They have no shields now. We gotta do this now. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Let's do it. I'm just going to grab all of my fleets. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna jump all of my ships into this system. Alright, here is my entire force. Alright, let's do it. The greatest battle that has ever happened in all of history. Looks like I won. They lost 72 ships in that initial opening. If your allies, you want them to follow a particular fleet, you can set this take point to encourage the allies to follow that fleet. Absolutely massive army group of 100 armies right here.
Our forces are making
Yeah.
planetfall.
They're taking a lot of, they're killing a lot of mine, but I just have basically unending reserves. But we've almost done it.
War report. Enemy planet secured. Enemy planet secured.
And the Calcortica fanatics are done for. So martial law is a good way of quickly getting stability on a planet. What it'll do is every soldier job will increase stability, and since these planets already have a lot of soldier jobs, this will do this quite well. So it just costs a bit of unity, and now this planet's stable, and then here I'll do the same thing, declare martial law. Now that planet's stable. Well, they won't give you any output really, but it's still pretty useful emergency method of getting a planet under control. And the nice thing is now I have all of their fancy technologies, like dark matter thrusters and dark matter deflectors. Space storm dissipates, good. Yeah, now I have dark matter thrusters, dark matter deflectors, and dark matter reactors. Subspace echoes. Several of our tracking stations have picked up peculiar subspace echoes coming from somewhere in intergalactic space. The echoes are faint but getting stronger, and they seem to be approaching our galaxy. So this is the Praetorian Scourge. The strange subspace echoes we detected in intergalactic space are now approaching the outer rim of the galaxy. Several smaller contacts appear to be racing ahead of the main body of echoes towards a number of rim systems. We have entered the positions of these systems into the situation log and will continue to monitor the situation. We are picking up a strong subspace signal washing over the galaxy. Its point of origin appears to be the contacts approaching intergalactic space. This is the Praetorian Scourge. And they just shout a bunch of random stuff. It's actually interesting, if you have psionic ascension, you can actually talk with them, which is really cool. Let's see where their breach points are. So they're gonna arrive over here in the Udavongo Trading Coalition, or what used to be Ganvius Prime. 50% damage to endgame crisis factions on top of another 25, so 75% damage to endgame crisis factions. The first wave. We've received word that several outlying systems along the galactic rim are being overrun by some sort of invasion force. This appears to have been the source of the subspace echoes we detected approaching our galaxy. What we are encountering now is only the vanguard. The main body of contacts has yet to arrive. Reports have so far been confused, but the ships used by the invaders appear organic in nature and do not respond to hails. Our entire galaxy may be facing an invasion of unprecedented scope. This is a threat to all sapient life. Thorian Scourge has arrived, which is these biological mutants. You two both go here. This blob goes up here to Gargantua. So the big thing when it comes to dealing with crises is trying to cut them off from, you really do not want them to be able to get a wormhole or a gateway, because then they'll start popping up all over the galaxy and it'll be really hard to deal with them. So you want to kind of keep them, try to contain them. So try and cut them off and trap them in a part of the galaxy and then slowly press in. First early engagement.
Engaging hostile forces.
I'm not concerned at all about this. They came when I was very well prepared. Alright, we are no longer able to discern the main body of approaching subspace echoes from our own galaxy's background radiation, which can only mean one thing: they have arrived. If the size of their vanguard is any indication, the main host of these invaders must be massive. So they spawned right in the system. The Udavongo Trading Coalition. The galaxy is under attack. Our forces have engaged the Praetorian Scourge, but we have little hope of holding them off for long. As the Galactic Custodians, it is your duty to defend all community members from external threats. Please send all the help you can. Do you not see me, like, wiping out the fleets? I have responded. The Scourge of the Void. I've destroyed 434 vessels. I am dealing with the situation, okay? Give me a break. This isn't even a crisis, it's just a mild inconvenience at this point. And the last system. There we go. Only took like a year. The galaxy breathed a collected sigh of relief today as the last significant pockets of the Praetorian Scourge were expunged. Their extragalactic invasion has failed, and all that remains of the Praetorians' once colossal swarm are the innumerable charred husks that now drift quietly through the void. A sense of elation and utter joy is spreading across the galaxy at a speed greater than light, and spontaneous victory celebrations have erupted on countless worlds. Could this be the beginning of a new age of galactic peace and stability? The Compact of Kelsica has managed to remove the lockdown on the L gate under their control. They now have full access to the distant L cluster. As an apparent side effect of this, all other L gates in the galaxy are showing increased signs of activity as well. At the rate their self-correcting software is making adjustments, their maintenance cycles should also terminate within a matter of years. These L gates connect to the stars over here, which I can actually see into already. That's very convenient. And there's a bunch of nanite ships. But because it's dependent on when someone opens the gateways, you kind of do certain researches. After you do the research, you can get it to happen. It can happen really early in the game if someone decides to really beeline the research, and sometimes you get screwed over because it's way too early. But in this case, totally fine. For this crisis, all you really have to do is, this little L cluster is always the same kind of shape, or you have the terminal egress as the one with the actual L gate in it, and that's the only way in. And then there's always kind of this diamond shape, and then there's the one that comes down. And if you get into that system, which I can see because I have the Sentry array, normally you'd have to like actually go in and discover this on your own. This station right here, that's in the center, if you destroy this, all of the nanites die. I mean, it's almost over at this point. Unable to maintain their cohesion, their ships have dissolved into nothingness. Another threat dealt with. There's literally nothing to do at this point. It's only inevitable that I'll win. There's no way the Udavango Trading Company catches up. So, game over 0. There you go. This is what the end screen looks like. I was going to win anyways. I do not want to wait for 40 years. The lag is awful, so it'll probably take like 3 hours of just sitting here doing nothing. This is more of an educational playthrough anyways. So if you don't like that I technically cheated that victory, whatever. I don't care. Anyhow, I really appreciate everyone that's watched this series all the way through. I do genuinely hope that it's helpful. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.